Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Dairoku. Just continuing Shu's route, and we have been kidnapped, and the chief is missing. So that's suspicious. But anyway. I think we're still in chapter 7. I forget what the title of this section was. We just started it in the last part, and I didn't read the little thing, but it's like, hostage or something. Anyway. There were no conversations made until we had reached the Makatsui hideout. Behind me was Orochi, keeping my tied hands in place, with Shu keeping a bit of distance from us. Please have a seat. Checking to see the ropes hadn't loosened, Orochi prompts me to sit down and lets me go. Why is he even bothering to try and seem nice? Even though I was being offered a seat on the large sofa in the same room I'd come to so many times, I couldn't bring myself to sit. I merely felt distant from those memories, even if they were just a little while ago, of us sitting here, eating the gifts I'd always brought. I brought you so many gifts, you bastards! Like when Shu got excited about the sweets, then tipsy from the brandy cake. It sure was fun. I thought we had gotten so close. Yeah, that's just what happens when you trust someone who's Orochi/Toma. My eyes burned, thinking of those happy memories. Unable to bear it any longer, the tears I had held back finally overflowed and ran down my cheeks. Shu turned to face me with a surprised look. Hey, why are you crying? Do your hands hurt? It seemed he was startled from seeing my tears, but his guess as to the reason was completely off. No. More so than the pain from the tightly bound rope. My heart hurt. Then why? I thought you wouldn't be scared if we came here. Hey, Orochi, just untie the rope for now. We're back, so it should be fine. Shu started to pressure Orochi, but unfortunately I cannot. Orochi denied him, answering in the same cold tone as earlier. I like the fact that he's like, what? Your hands hurt? No. Then why are you crying? You shouldn't be scared. I'm not scared. I'm fucking angry. And I hate myself for trusting you, you bastard. I thought we were friends, you dick. You know, just needle him a little. Why the hell not? We have guards outside. Even so, we cannot trust her. She's someone we must stay cautious of. Ha! You can't trust me. Wow. Bitch. What? Shu, who had grabbed Orochi's shoulders as he argued back, abruptly froze. Looking directly at Shu, who stood there with a blank expression on him, Orochi continued. Have you not forgotten what Tokitsugu said earlier? They entrusted her with their mission. Although, that was all just a ruse in the end. She was put in charge of us as a diversion because he would stand out. In other words, Spacey was an accomplice in investigating us. You're like, I mean, I didn't really know. Shu's eyes grow wide. Shu, wait, That's true, isn't it, Spacey? You gained Shu's confidence with a particular goal in mind, didn't you? The event was just an excuse. Yeah, and then I didn't actually think that you were untrustworthy, but I guess I'm stupid, so. Cutting me off, Orochi looks at me, and Shu awkwardly looks my way. Is that true? Were you lying to me all this time? Whoa! Pot or kettle, motherfucker! Let's not. No, what? Girl, I'm gonna need you to untie me so I can hike my tits up for a second, and then be like, the fuck are you spewing at me, motherfucker? You were lying and using me, and you're mad at me? Fuck you! We were investigating you, and you're mad. You investigated me, and you didn't trust me? Obviously, I shouldn't have. Gestures wildly around. The fuck is this guilt trip you're putting on me, you son of a bitch? No! Untie me so I can slap you across the face, sir. Somebody give me a glove. We're gonna have a duel now. I'm gonna slap you in the face with my glove, and we will duel. Pistols at high noon. Whatever. I like. Holy shit! No, girl, you need to stand up for yourself, and I can be bullshit. And then he's gonna be mad, and we're gonna apologize to him. I'll be like, excuse me, motherfucker, who started this shit? This This is like the person who chucks a water balloon at you, so you chuck one back and they're like, how dare you? You got me wet. Did you start this shit? Did you start this shit? But we're just gonna conveniently forget that? Gaslight me a little bit harder. I don't think so. Nah, bitch. Slap him in the face. We can't. Kick him. You have feet. Kick him. Kick him in the shin. Goddamn motherfucker. I hate that bullshit. Nuh-uh. It was true I approached Shu because of my mission, but that was only the start of things. It hurt to think of all of it was planned just to uncover what Shu might be hiding. I'll tell them everything. Yes, I was told to investigate Mitsuchi, and it's not untrue that I approached you under the pretext of the event. But again, obviously, they were right. That was because a report came in suggesting that Mitsuchi was plotting something, and I was asked to investigate. And then I decided that you weren't, which is stupid of me because you absolutely are, so I don't understand why you're getting mad at me and are shocked Pikachu facing me because, like, I lied to you. Have you been lying to me the whole motherfucking time, you son of a bitch? But, like, that's okay? I don't think so, whore. So you did? No, please hear everything I have to say. Again! Excuse me, Pot. Sit down. The kettle's talking right now. Like, don't, you're pandering to his bullshit. After coming here, I realized it was all just a rumor. Not really. So I reported that there was no issue. I mean, which was stupid because there is. And my assignment ended there. You were both so kind and not up to anything bad, which is stupid because absolutely you were. Even if there were times I was unsure, which was probably right. After you helped those children, helping and looking for them, that's what I believed. I believed I wasn't wrong. But clearly I was, and now you're gaslighting me. To make me feel like the bad guy for lying to you initially when you've been lying to me the whole motherfucking time. Makes me so mad. Girl, stand up for yourself. Fucking have a backbone. Don't pander to his bullshit. Ugh. I thought we'd become good friends. I wanted to continue getting closer, but you're just a lying sack of shit who's guilting me for doing the same fucking shit you were doing. That's what I can't stand. You're guilting me for doing the same motherfucking shit you've been doing the whole time. But I'm the asshole? I mean, everyone sucks here, but, like, let's just not pretend that I'm the only asshole here. But now that this all happened, even if I wanted to believe it, putting my feelings to words, sadness welled up. I'm sorry I ever trusted you. That's what you should say. I hid some things from them too, so I don't have a place to judge them. Right. See? I hid some things, so I don't have a place to judge you for hiding things, but I'm gonna need you to actually wise up and realize you were hiding everything from me, so being mad at me for hiding a few things is kind of bullshit. Can we maybe say this? And for hiding the fact I was on a mission from you, I'm sorry. And this is where you throw it back in his face. But no. We're the ones to blame here. What the fuck kind of logic is this? They may not forgive me for it, but I did want to apologize for deceiving them. And this! I want them, I mean, they may not forgive me, but I need to apologize. No, but what they're doing is like, you're not like gonna be mad about that. Like, what the fuck? There is like being a good person, and there's being like a fucking moron, which is what we're being right now. I don't like it. Damn it. Again, you have no right to be pissed at me! Shu closes his eyes with bitterness. You know what? His voice was a murmur, then it disappeared without reaching the end of what he had to say. Were you gonna wise up and realize you have no right to be fucking mad at me right now? Because then okay. Chapter 8. Why? Oh. But in the next moment, as if making a firm decision, he lifts his head and looks at Orochi. Orochi, I believe her. She wouldn't lie. She might be annoying, but she always talks honestly with me, head on. Shu... Orochi... Oh no, Orochi says Shu. I was very confused as who was talking right now. Shu. Shu moves behind me, and after putting his hands on the knot of the rope, quickly gets it undone. Okay. But again, he was like, you were lying to me? And you're like, I mean, yeah, but... And again, but then it's like, he's like, I believe her. She's sorry for what she did. Gestures around again. Excuse me. What the fuck? I'm the one. What? Okay. All right. This is what we're doing. Okay. Yep. It's all us. We're the horrible people. Oh my god, I lied to them. I mean, yes. So fine. But, like, no one's gonna, like... We're just gonna ignore the elephant in the room? And the giant, massive piles of shit everywhere? We're just gonna pretend it's not here? And we're just gonna be like, my bad, guys, I tooted. Like, seriously? Seriously? We're not gonna... Okay. Shoo. You won't be tied up anymore. Don't be afraid. I'm not afraid, I'm pissed. I turned back and Shu looked me right in the eyes as he spoke. Like, let's clarify this. I was happy beyond words that he was looking at me properly, and I almost burst into tears again. You don't have to be afraid. I'm not afraid, I'm mad. Bitch. I'm really mad. Our time together really wasn't a lie. I mean, kinda. She was also looking at me and who I was. I mean, I do think he actually, like, genuinely started liking you as a person, and then it was like maybe he felt a little guilty about using you, but still throwing this in my face like I'm the asshole here and he not acknowledging. Just, I don't know. Thank you for believing in me. As I say thanks, drying the tears from my eyes, Shu nods in silence and then looks at Orochi. Wow. Don't do anything bad to her anymore, got it? If you really wish so. Orochi accepted his demand with little resistance. He's the disappointment in his face because he wanted to put us in a cage, all I'm saying. His expression seemed calmed and as if he had given up somehow. Sit. Gestured by Shu, after sitting down on the couch, I suddenly remembered. Come to think of it, Shu said just earlier that he thought I wouldn't be scared if we came here. I realized Shu wanting to come here, even if Sammy already knew where this hideout was a sign that he was looking out for me. He must have thought it would have made me more scared if he brought me somewhere unfamiliar. That does make me happy. Again, though, like, she's just like, are you just, I mean, sure. I mean, yes, you're focusing on things and you're like, I mean, okay, valid point. But could we, like, you're focusing on the tiny little dust specks? You're like, oh, there's a little piece of paper on the ground. Oh, a little bit. Instead of, like, the dog ripping up the homework in the corner. Maybe stop that. Like the dog shredding the pillow and you're like, let me just pick up the little pieces of fluff. Yeah, okay, that's great, but maybe stop the dog from shredding the fucking pillow. I'm just saying, you're just ignoring the giant fucking issue and just picking up the little fluffs. Oh, he was worried I'd be scared. Did you... Are we in the same room here? Because clearly not. Ugh. It just makes me so mad because she's like, he's so nice and wonderful. I'm gonna just tell you to back up. Because, like, I doubt. Press X to doubt right now, okay? I'm smashing the X button and you're just not getting it, girl. Like, there's no doubt Shu and the others are plotting something. Duh. But I know he hasn't betrayed me. A little iffy on that. Fully betrayed you? No. Kinda, sorta, yeah. Irredeemable? Probably not, but still. Now that Shu's willing to face me, I feel that I want to trust him. I feel like that's kind of stupid, but... I mean, I get it. He's supposed to be your love interest, so sure. But also... Look, sometimes there's trash and you're like, oh yeah, no, they're trash, I'm here for it. But this, you're like, they want you to think Shu's like a great character. I mean, sure, I was kind of with you until like this, and then it's like, he's mad at us because we lied to him, but he's not acknowledging the fact that he did the exact same thing? I mean, I'm not saying that we were right. Like, but it's literally like having the conversation. You cheated on me, you whore! Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry, honey. I mean, you cheated first and, like, longer, but, like, I'm the only one who's an asshole. No, we're both assholes here. I don't cheat, but I'm just saying that's a good example. You know what I mean? Like, you're both assholes. So, like, why is only one person apologizing for the asshole behavior? And, like, being like, oh, thank God he trusts me again. But can you trust him? I want to. Yeah, but, I mean, does he acknowledge the fact that he's doing very untrustworthy things and he feels bad about it? And, like, no, he's just mad at you for lying to him. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm just gonna, like, look, Shu, you were okay before, but I'm gonna just kind of put you in the trash pile, and not the good one. Like, I just don't like what they did with you, and it just kind of ruins everything. Because, like, I mean, now maybe later he's like, yeah, no, I was lying, and it was wrong of me to be a dick and get mad at you for lying when I was lying and using you. But okay. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that maybe you'll say that later, but you probably won't, and I'll be pissed. Because, like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sorry I lied. No, it's okay, Spacey. Really? Is it? Uh-huh. Okay. Just not acknowledge the dumpster fire that you are. This rant really disappoints me. Like, just all of it. Would have been a really great plot, but it's not going to be fleshed out enough. And then this shit. Anyway, I clicked the button, so I don't know if we read that last line, but like, the kindness I had felt, his heart wasn't a lie. Okay, no, I'll give you that. I do think he's a kind person. He's just being a bit of a douche right now. Hey, Shu, I want to know what you're all working toward and what you're planning. I stare into Shu's eyes and ask my question. Shu, no longer looking away, answers me. It's just like I said before. My plan is to stand at the top of all Ayakashi. I'm gonna rule over all of Sakuratani. Also, you're too much of a little punk bitch to do that. Like, I can't take you seriously when you say that. You're like, okay. Because you're the most suitable Ayakashi. Yeah, I'm the incarnation of the beast bestowed into the world. A blue dragon by the gods. Oh, he's a dragon. That's pretty cool, actually. Okay, that's cool. But why'd they have to put you in, like, this... draw you like this where, like, I can't take you seriously? It's also the attitude, like, yeah, I'm, like, better than everyone. Like, yeah, whatever, dude. Yeah. And that's why there's no one more suited to lead Sakuratani more than me. That's what I think. It's what all bro douches think. Like, wait, what? I let out a yelp, caught off guard by Shu's unexpected comment. An incarnation of the divine beast? A blue dragon? Really? Turns into a fucking, like, iguana. And you're like, sweetie. Just kidding. Yeah, I only remember a bit of it, but I know the gods said when I was reborn that I was different from other Ayakashi. I know that much. That was the weirdest sentence, because it was like... I know that the gods said when I was born. It's like two different sentences, but it wasn't. Oh, it was reborn, wasn't it? I was like, what was it? Reborn? When something is born again as something else! Okay. I was not tour guide Spacey voice, but like, whatever. I'm over it right now. What the gods said? It was hard to believe, but I had no reason to doubt him, and no other information to judge by. If what he said was true, I understood why he was adamant of being on another level than others. So that's why you always said you're the most suited to be the top shire. You know what? He's probably like a fucking like iguana, and Orochi was the one when he hatched him, and he was like, you're the divine beast. And he's like, that god said it, and you're like, I think that was Orochi. You're literally a fucking iguana. Get over it, dude. He might be a dragon, I don't know, but I'm just saying. He's got a long way to go, because he's just kind of a little punk brat. You know? It's the attitude. It's like, yeah, whatever, okay. Like, I just can't take him seriously, so like, that could be my fault. Anyway. Yeah, Oni, Kitsune, Tengu, or Tanuki don't compare. I wanted to show they're not suited to be shires, and Orochi was helping me do that. I mean, honestly, this system where everybody's in charge of their own people is, like, better. But, like, okay, buddy. Shun looks toward Orochi, who listens silently. Seeing his gaze, Orochi gives a quick nod and quietly continues from where Shu left off. As Shu's aide, I look up to the hard work. I took up the hard work hiring subordinates, strategizing for the future. Seems like you're the brains behind the operation. I'm just saying. Strategizing? What was your strategy in using me? To put it simply, for you to become one of us and have you help us out in all sorts of ways. And that's why I investigated you, and also ordered our subordinates to act under that purpose. It seems Tokitsugu had caught on to those efforts. Without looking resentful, Orochi spoke casually. Although I don't really think getting a newbie like me on your side would really help much, maybe they thought I could be easily tricked. You were! So, like, point to Orochi. It was true that I was deceived, and it may have actually been a good plan for them. Okay, good. At least she's self-aware. Sorta. Won't call Shu out on his bullshit, but is at least self-aware enough to know that, like, oh yeah, well, they had a point there. However, in the end, their plan was set back. Believing. I understand for the most part, but what are you going to do now? I know I'm not in the right place to say this, but I don't think keeping me as a hostage would change anything, really. And that's what I wanted to ask. What do you intend to do, Orochi? And please remain calm, Shu. No need to pressure me. I will explain. Smiling at Shu, who was leaning over at Orochi, Orochi looks toward me. First, about taking Spacey as hostage, there's a very intentional meaning behind this. Although the plan to bring you in as an ally has been difficult, it's enough to have bought some time through this. Buy some time? Come to think of it, Orochi mentioned that things still needed to be put into order. That meant that Orochi had already decided what he was going to do. Yes, we have one final resort. A final resort? Shu nervously asks for clarification and didn't seem to imagine what it could be. Yeah, I mean, the fact that, like, Orochi's plotting shit behind your back should make you fucking suspicious, but... Yes, it may take a moment to explain all of this. Oh, well, here we go, the villain monologue. Perfect. Perfect time to kick him in the nuts and run. It's fine, tell me. Understood. Shu, this is about your past life. It seems you believe you were a blue dragon, but that's not the case. See, I told you, he's just a fucking iguana. I'm just kidding. Huh? Orochi claimed with clarity that what Shu was just talking about was untrue. So then, what was Shu talking about? His fucking delusions? What Orochi whispered to him. His eyes wide open at Orochi's unbelievable comment, Shu stares back at him. What do you mean? What makes you able to say that? I'm a reincarnation of a blue dragon, I'm certain! No, you only remember a part of what the gods said to you, and you mistook what they meant. However, there was no need to be disappointed. Though you aren't a blue dragon, you're still the strongest being there is. Are you sure about that? Because, like, I don't know if I trust Orochi at all. Strongest? What are you talking about? I don't even know anymore! It's not to be dramatic. How do you know about Shu's past life, Orochi? Although Shu and I were shaken, Orochi replied calmly and without hesitation, because he was there. And that's because I was reborn along with you. And yet Orochi looks like he's like middle-aged. You know what I mean? Like if you were like, Orochi's like in his, like a 40-year-old dude, you're like, okay, yeah, because he's just got something about him that just, and then Shu just looks 12. So like, one of you aged up to look like an adult and the other one just stopped pre-puberty. Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, that's unfortunate. I mean, not that Orochi looks old, but you know what I mean? He just definitely looks like far older than Shu, and it's just... Reborn with him? Hearing one startling revelation after another, all I could do was hope for further clarification. I understood the basics of rebirth, that no reborn soul possessed any memories from their past life. Although some people say babies and infants retain memories of their past lives. However, it's essentially impossible to prove, even in modern society. Maybe that's where all your weird fucking dreams come from. Maybe Ayakashi were different. It's no mistake that these Ayakashi, who live longer than humans, also have powers beyond us. After a brief pause, Orochi began to speak slowly, as if to ensure Shu could hear every word. Shu and I were both a single being in the past. Interesting. The Yamatano Orochi. And you are just Orochi now. Huh. You were... That's really... kind of, like, weird, but kind of cute. Like, you were, like, one! You're, like, soulmates! Like, literally. Like, the Yamatano Orochi. I was reminded of the story Akuro had told me a while back. Flashback to Akuro. Cool! Ever since I was stationed here, I've been learning more about the Ayakashi that live here. Who would you say is the strongest? Yamata no Orochi, the 8-headed serpent. He's so big that he can swallow entire villages. What? Yamata no Orochi? I thought that was a myth. It is true that some myths are exaggerated, but most of them are phenomena that once existed. In the human legend, Susanoo no Mikoto was driven from the heavens. In agreeing to wed Princess Kushinada, he had to destroy the Orochi. And that myth is said to be true among the Ayakashi, and the old Tengu knows of the Yamata no Orochi. I suppose we should have remembered, like, Akuro saying that and been like, huh, he was talking about the serpent thing and then Orochi's name. That's kind of funny. Like, because he's a snake person. Okay, but, like, okay. Well, I forget everything, so. The old Tengu. You mean the elder of Amatsuna? I heard he's older than the Stone Age. Yes. However, Yamata no Orochi isn't from Sakuratani, nor the world of humans. Then would you say that Yamata no Orochi was ever actually defeated? That's what the elder claims. However, in Sakuratani, no one ceases to exist, and Ayakashi never truly knows death. And they can be sealed, certainly, but... or split in two. They each have 4 heads. The world's strongest Ayakashi, Yamata no Orochi. So then, the reincarnations of Yamata no Orochi are Shu and Orochi? I mean, the Orochi part makes sense with the name, but... okay. I'm not a blue dragon, but Yamata no Orochi. The both of us? I'm sorry for hiding this. You had believed you were a blue dragon, so I thought that would be fine. However, this is the truth, and because we were separated from a single being, our strength was also fragmented. In other words, if we become one again, we can gain tremendous strength. Ooh, that's just weird. Is that gonna, like, happen in one of the alternate endings? Because that'd be kind of interesting. I want to see what an Orochi a Shurochi? I want to see what Shurochi looks like. You know what I mean? And this is our last resort. If we fuse once more, our combined force can resist the Ayakashimori, but it'll be a terrible fight. Fuse? Shu absent-mindedly repeats Orochi. His emotions were catching up to him as if to accept the truth that was suddenly thrust at him. That sounds like it'd be a really good bad ending. I'm just saying. I felt something grave shudder in my stomach, pondering the seriousness of Orochi's threat. So you'll use that last resort to challenge the Ayakashimori and fight them? It seems so. We're already seen by them as an enemy. I feel it'd be fine to continue in that position and stage our revolt. He's like way too calm. Well, I mean, that's Orochi. However, it is not for me to decide. Shu, what will you choose? Shu's shoulders jumped at Orochi's question. He started to speak, but nothing came out. He stared at his feet and seemed desperate to come up with an answer. There was a short silence, but eventually Shu made a decision and slowly raised his head. If we were to move forward with this last resort, will she be in danger? After looking at me, he asked Orochi, and if Orochi's smart, he's gonna be like, no, not at all, bro, she'll be fine. And then they fuse, and then I'm dead, and then Shu's like, what the fuck, and it's too late. Huh. Considering we will see a fight like never before, I cannot guarantee your safety. Wow, Orochi just being all honest there. I mean, that's gonna fuck up your plans, I'm just saying. I see. In that case... Shu looks firmly toward Orochi. I won't do it. In response to Shu's firm declaration, Orochi smiled softly. Then I'll force you. I thought you would say as much. I understand. If that's what you wish, I don't mind either. Our plans end here. Let's bring an end to this. That's it? He was like, we could fuse and kick everyone's ass. And then she was like, nah. And he's like, all right, cool. All right, let's let her go. No, we're good. And then everybody's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. After all you've helped me with. No, your wish is my wish as well. Again, like, this would have been so good if it was a longer plot. But it's such like, we could do this. Nah, all right. And now there's happy music, and we're done. Okay. Wait a minute. Now unbound, I interjected into their conversation and asked Shu a question. Shu, why... Regardless of what was right or wrong, this was about making Shu's long-aspired dream come true. Girl, shut the fuck up! What is wrong with you in this route? Seriously? This is like the second time in this part you've made me want to slap you. I didn't think that my own name would come up to choose its fate. However, Shu looks directly at me, answering without a trace of hesitation in his eyes. I don't want to put you in any danger. If I have to see you get hurt to do so, then I don't need to be the top of other Ayakashi. I mean, she's like, but it's about your dream. Girl, shut the fuck up. What is wrong with you? He didn't mean to hit me. He just does it when he's angry. Like, girl, you're making an excuse that shut the fuck up. The right thing just happened. Don't be like, I don't know, you should reconsider fusing with another person and destroying everything. Could you... Idiot. She's so dumb in this part. Like, seriously? I'm so sorry I lied to you. Let's not bring up the fact that he lied to you first and the whole fucking time. But it's okay for him to be mad and you're just like, I'm so sorry, forgive me. And now you're like, but, I mean, sweetie, if you need to destroy him, I can't stand in the way of your dream. Be like, thank fucking God. Girl, just count your fucking blessings, okay? What the hell? I mean, I know we had to, like... But her thought process, shoo, wow, you really don't want to go through with your dreams? Like, I'm just questioning why, but not be like, I don't want to stand in the way of his dreams. Yes, yes, you do. Yes, you fucking do. And besides, you're the one that taught me this, and that those who hurt others are uncool, and that the kind ones are cool. Shoo. Each and every word Shoo spoke sank heavily and passionately within me. I'd never felt like this before. This feeling that I was so happy I wanted to cry. This is like... I'm just very disappointed in this one. I don't know. So Shoo really understood what it was I was trying to tell him. I didn't think that what I had said would have this much influence. Thank God it did, though. But nothing made me happier than Shoo making his decision after truly understanding what I had tried to tell him. I mean, like, all the other routes, they're fluffy, and then they're the thing, and then, like, whatever. But it's always some weird antagonist who comes in, does stuff, and then we punch him in the face, and then we're good. Or, like, somebody trying to needle Akuro, and then we're like, it's fine, we'll kill them. It's good. You know what I mean? Like, in this, is Shoo's, like... Such a good plot idea. Such a good plot idea! Not in the concept of this game where you're like, it's gonna be really great, but we're just gonna be like, nah, bro, I'm good, and we're done, and then, like, everything's fine. What? I mean, you knew it was gonna happen, but it's just... You had such a good story. You had too much for... This is the kiddie pool. This game is a kiddie pool, okay? It's like, we're just here to splash around, have some fun, and have a little bit of a good time, wet our feet a little. That's right, we just want to go ankle deep. But this plot line could have been, like, fucking, like... Trench in the ocean, you know what I mean? Like, so deep, so much! And you're like, nah, like... So, like, there was no way it was going to resolve, like, satisfactory. Like, you know, you weren't going to get the satisfaction out of it. But, like, also, this whole thing with, like, Shoo being kind of upset and we have to apologize, but he was doing this. And then we're like, but your dream, shh, don't be stupid. Like, she's being stupid now, and I'm highly disappointed in how they wrote her in this. Like, in just this general chapter area. Once we got kidnapped, we got stupid. And I just don't know what the fuck they're pumping into this room, but... What did you put in the Did I drink the Kool-Aid? What is happening? Like, No. So, like, I'm just very unsatisfied here. With the other ones, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, the plot was weird, but, like, whatever, great. And now you're like... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't really into Shoo at all to begin with, but you were like, it could have been good, but... Yeah... Okay. Anyway. Thank you, Shoo! I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. With the momentum of my rising emotions, I squeezed Shoo's hand and clamped mine around it. You really are cool, Shoo. Even if you don't rule over all of Sakuratani, the Shoo I know is already the coolest. I could see Shoo's face growing red. Of course I am. No, I want to live an uncool life. I'll always be cool for as long as I live. Also, like, his whole attitude person. Like, I'm gonna be, like, the best. No. I think that's the most unbelievable. Like, everything you're like, the plot's, like, really good, but, like, Shoo is not the character that I believe would fit this. And then, again, you just kind of, like, glossed over everything. And it's just... Again, I know what kind of game this is, but you had such a great idea for a plot that just doesn't fit in this game because it's just too fluffy for, like, something that in-depth. And, like, you can't kind of bring that out and then be like, ooh, oh, we're not going to explore that. We're just going to be here. And then Shoo's not the character that would fit that kind of role. And maybe they were going with that, like, you would never think. Like, right, I can't take it seriously. And then the whole, all the other stuff that we've come, like, this part has just really disappointed me in this whole thing. You're like, we were going along, and, like, they were gonna trick us. I'm like, whatever, and we knew Shu wanted to be at the top, but, like, I don't know, even though I knew it was coming, it's just somehow just not, I can't say it's executed poorly, because it's just, it wasn't going to be executed well, right? Because it's a light, short game. They don't have time to execute it well, but I just feel like it could have been something slightly different and better? I don't know. Anyway. So, teach me more about how to live a cool life. And when I am cool, you also better tell me how cool I am to you. Oh, cool I am a ton. Anyway. He puffed out his chest and gave me his order. Brimming with tears, I nodded with a smile. Also, how can you want to romance as many? He's like 12, and it's just weird. Like, okay, kiddo. Like, he's like your little brother. It's weird. Anyway. Of course I will, if you're okay with it. You said it. It's a promise, okay? Yeah, I promise. Okay, then. Because he's almost slightly like the puppy character. He's the bitchy character, but the lollyboy character, and then also kind of like, tell me I'm cool all the time. Okay. Shu flashed a grin. Just seeing that smile gave me the strange, bright sensation in my heart. Wait. Just seeing that smile gave me the strange, bright sensation in my heart bloom like flowers. Okay. Figure that one out. Because I don't have the patience for it right now. I'm so glad I believed in Shu. I spoke to myself as we held hands, because I'm kind of fucking over it. Like, it wasn't as into Shu, and I was like, okay, Shu's past life. We gotta get into Shu. Okay. And then you do it, and you're like, all right, it's fine. But then we're here, and I'm just like, the disappointment level and just the anger at her taking that kind of abuse and not even being like, whoa, first of all, pot and kettle, but also let me explain myself, and then whatever, but he's never going to explain him. I'm like, it's okay that we don't, like, whatever. And then the whole, like, live your dream, shut the fuck up, girl. Like, this, like, you and your friend are sitting in the back of, like, with the cops, and then your friend's like, oh my god, we also robbed a liquor. Shut the fuck up, Kathy. Don't tell him about us robbing the liquor store. You know what I mean? Like, stop. Just know when to stop. She's like, and then, so I don't know, I'm just, like, really disappointed at this point, and I'm like, I just am not feeling it now. It's just kind of ruined my vibe. So, like, we got 20 more minutes, and it's gonna be hard for me to get through it, because I'm just not here for this right now. I don't know. Anyway, after that, we all calmed down with some tea Orochi had poured and began to discuss what would happen next. Like, all the other routes, you were like, this is weird, but, like, okay, fine, but, like, I don't know why this one just is irritating me. Like, anyway. I'm sure Tokatsugu will be wary of what sort of plan we'll be coming up with. They can't take any direct action considering Spacey's safety, but I'm sure they've prepared to be able to fight whenever necessary. Considering I caused this situation, now that we're a complete stalemate, I'm unsure if a simple explanation would resolve things cleanly. I might be kind of questioning if they did. If you were like, okay, let me explain, but, like, we're cool now, because he decided he doesn't want to do it, so, like, we're just not gonna. This is not, like, plans for the weekend where you were like, guys, we're all gonna go to the beach, right? Yeah, and then all of a sudden you were like, so, like, my friend Tom, it was his beach house, but he doesn't want to, so we're not gonna go, and everyone's like, aw, disappointing, but okay. This is not, so, like, but that's exactly what's gonna happen, and that's one of those, like, what? Did we all go crazy? Did Orochi poison the water supply? What is happening? We're all nuts. So, Orochi spoke with a subdued tone. He's right. I feel that Seimi sees Mitsuchi as a hostile force since I was taken as a hostage. Yeah, and just being like, my bad, bro, isn't gonna cover it, but yet at the same time, it'll cover it. Because I doubt they're gonna seal Orochi. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of like, they'd be like, wow, ouch, harsh. But they're not gonna do it. But I've told Seimi and Yakumo about Shu's true nature so many times. I believe we can still resolve things through words. Seimi and the others will understand. Of course they will, because we gotta end this happily, and again, it doesn't make sense, but I mean, I get it, but, like, again, the plot that they came up with, this doesn't make any sense, so. This wasn't just a guess, but a firm belief. I trusted those two after having worked with them for so long. Are you sure? No, Ayakashimori are like you. If something happens, they make it in a fuss and alert us right away and arrest us right away with spells. I don't think just talking to them at this point will make them believe us, you know? That's not true. Sure, a few of us can be a bit rough, but Ayakashimori just want Ayakashi to live a peaceful life in Sakuratani, which is why when you threaten that peaceful life, they're going to be a little pissed about it, but if you say, my bad bro, everything will be fine. See what I'm saying? Alright, whatever. And I believe in Seimi and Chief Tokiwa, and of course Yakumo too, and they're like, oh, we killed the chief! I mean, the chief is missing. They understood the testimony about the child abduction was false, so I'm sure it'll be okay. Did they, though? Because you were like, nope, that's a misunderstanding. They're like, anyway, not what we're here for. As I showed my reassurance, Shu's doubtful gaze slowly began to turn back to the light. I mean, basically what's going to happen, but... I see. If you say so, then it'll be fine. Got it. Let's talk to them. Yeah, I'll talk to them with you, too. I mean, that's probably for the best. They're gonna trust Orochi and Shu walking up without you? Yeah, no. Okay. I wonder if it'll go smoothly. Besides the two of us nodding in agreement, Orochi still seemed unable to feel at ease. I mean, you shouldn't. Please believe in me, Orochi. I'll do my best to be the bridge between you and them. As I was leaning forward speaking to Orochi, just then, the chief fucking busts in. I heard the bustling of busy footsteps and several Mitsuchi Ayakashi ran into the room. Shu, is it true you fought the Ayakashimori? Is our plan found out? If so, we can't just be sitting by doing nothing. Let's go get ready to fight. Yeah, we're ready to fight at any moment. The Ayakashi quickly approached Shu. It seems as though everyone had heard about what happened in the Field of Autumn Leaves. Like, no, guys! We're not doing that anymore. We're not, just tell everyone, we're cool now. Okay. You guys... Although Shu showed a bit of hesitation at first, he immediately fixed his expression and stood up and walked toward the Ayakashi. Then he spoke in a firm voice, befitting a leader. Okay. Calm down, everyone. We have something to say about that. We won't be fighting the Ayakashimori. Called off the plan to rule over Sakuratani. In that instant, the Ayakashi stood there, shaken. I mean, could you imagine? You're like, I'm here for this, and I'm here because this, and they're like, we're not going to do it. And you're like, what? What do you mean you called it off, Shu? We're going to stand above all the other Ayakashi and take over Sakuratani, right? What did I just fucking say? Do you listen? What happened? Don't tell us the Ayakashimori got you under their leash now. No, it's not like that. But I am calling it off. Shu raised his voice as well. However, that only fanned the flames, and the Ayakashi became even more furious. I mean, you can't be telling people for God knows how long, revolution! And then be like, yeah, guys, I don't feel like it today. Like, are you kidding us? We won't accept that. You guys told us we'd be the rulers of Sakuratani if we joined Masuchi, and that's why we became your partners. Were you deceiving us if you're quitting now? Or do you intend on putting the blame on us and switching sides with the Ayakashimori? Oh, I don't want to be here right now. So that's it. You betrayed us, you coward. In his rage, one of them threw a fist at Shu. Stop! Shu barely avoids the fist, but it acted as a trigger for the other Ayakashi to begin grabbing at Shu and Orochi. You guys, I told you to quit it! Stop. The two of them dodged swing after swing, however they were outnumbered. Shu and Orochi were at a disadvantage, girl spell. What should I do? Restrain them with a spell? But if I intervene here, the misunderstandings around Shu and Orochi might just get worse. Considering that, I was hesitant to go through with any spells, and all I could do was shout with the other two for the Ayakashi to stop. Just then I noticed there were new footsteps outside of the room. Against the Ayakashimori! There, it's the Mitsuchi! I knew it! Rushing inside were Ayakashimori from another group wearing the same uniform I was. Spacey, we're members of Makabe's squad who were just out late on night patrol. Anyway, we heard about the Mitsuchi revolt. Are you hurt? We were told not to act until Seimi contacted us, but we saw a large number of... Oh, Jayo. Right, Jayo, rush in here. Thinking it was something serious, we came in. As they explained, they looked around the room in gazes of bewilderment at the situation. What are the Ayakashimori doing here? None of your business, bitch! So this is your plan, Shu. You sold us out! I don't have enough voices. There's too many people in this room. I told you that's not what this is! Damn it! The Ayakashi were even further startled by the entry of Ayakashimori and continued attacking Shu, deciding this was all his doing. Hi, I hear you, but if you make that ugly scream noise, I'm not gonna like you. He made the ugly scream noise. I love him all the time, but... Hi, I know, buddy. Just a little while, okay? Shu and Orochi skillfully dodged their attacks, but I saw that parts of their clothes were torn. What's going on? Is this an internal revolt? Seems like it. Don't know why, though. I don't have enough voices. There's too many Ayakashimoris in here. Whatever the case, this is our chance! Bag 'em! Unable to grasp the situation, the Ayakashimori surrounded the quarreling members of Mitsuchi. I suppose we could just seal them away at this point. They caused all this commotion, after all. Right, if we let these serpents go, it could pose a threat to the peace in Sakuratani in the future. I don't think we have any other choice. Wait, everyone, please listen! I raised my voice in a panic, partly because I was addressing a senior held in high regard among us. They don't need to be sealed away. This is all one big misunderstanding. Not really. Say Shu is gonna plan to take over, and then he decided not to, and they're pissed because they still want to take over, but they're not a threat. They absolutely are. But don't hurt Shu and Orochi, I guess. Huh? What are you saying? You were taken as a hostage, right? Yeah, but like... totally involved with my hostage takers. What the fuck is that called again? Anyway. It's a misunderstanding. Mitsuchi isn't a dangerous group. Everyone throwing punches and planning to overthrow Sakuratani. They're not dangerous. It's fine. Girl. Okay. I plead against them sealing away anyone. However, the Ayakashimori began to look at me with suspicion as well. Stockholm Syndrome. That's the word I was looking for. Wait, are you saying you're in with them now? Was your being taken hostage even a ruse? You were always close to Shu, huh? Were you just pretending to investigate them, or were you actually helping them out? No, of course not. Then why are you defending them? If it's true that you were taken hostage by them, of course you know they're dangerous, right? I'm just having a little bit too much fun with the drama, so... I'm telling you that... Hey, don't try and defend us anymore. I cast my eyes toward the voice coming out of the fight and see Shu looking at me as he desperately dodged the Ayakashi around him. You'll be seen as an offender too if you protect us. You don't have to try and explain. What? But then you'll all still be misunderstood. We have to explain to them. Don't. We just can't trust any Ayakashimori other than you. There's no use talking to them. They won't believe anything we say. I mean, do you understand that they don't have a reason to believe you right now? Wolf! 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 Never a wolf. Never a wolf. Wolf! Is there a wolf? This time, yes. Everyone's like, fuck you. I mean, seriously. That's a fable for a fucking reason. There's like, we were always trying to overthrow, we were always being dicks and being shady, and like, nobody trusts us because we were completely untrustworthy, and so now, when we've decided to give up our plans, let's just be sad that no one trusts us. I mean... Anyway. But you don't need to become an offender with us. You were just being used by us, so go back to them. No, that's not true. I shouted out loud as hard as I could. I mean, I just couldn't do it. I wasn't just used. I believed in Shu out of my own free will. Will you stop it? I'm gonna protect you no matter what. You... Shu choked on what to say, unable to find words after I raised my voice with such determination. However, it seemed like the only one who understood my true intentions was Shu. My Ayakashimori seniors looked at me with an even deeper cautiousness than before. Spacey, so you really are... Since when did you become a spy? You're one crazy newbie! Can we just... When did you become a spy? You're one crazy newbie! Golly gee. Like, what? A spy? No! Why do you have to doubt everything I say? You're obviously on Mitsuchi's side. Really, not everything's so black and white! Why are they so quick to judge the situation? None of them even tried to listen to Shu. Frustrated by my colleague's stubbornness, I was ready to cry. I gritted my teeth and kept myself from speaking further, trying to hold them off. It's really annoying because, like, I'm just, like, kind of, like... This is kind of fun, but then the bird screaming downstairs and making his ugly noise just makes me want to chuck my fucking controller at the wall. But I'm trying to ignore when he makes that ugly noise because it's a trigger for me. He makes the noise and I want to be like, shut the fuck up! I just want to like yell at him. But then he knows that I talk to him when he makes that noise, so he makes that noise to get a reaction, so I'm trying very hard to ignore it, but it's like a trigger. It's like a baby crying. You're like, shut up! I'm gonna throw you! That's why when he's like chirping, I'm always like trying to talk to him. That's why I'm screaming like, it's okay, I'm up here. But he makes those screamy noises and I'm like, I want to kick a puppy. Anyway. Damn, at this rate. I could faintly hear Shu clicking his tongue. I didn't expect what he said afterward. Orochi, we're taking control of this fight. Let's use that last resort we were talking about. No, my god, don't! Huh? I reflexively look at Orochi to see him gazing just as surprised as I was at Shu. Could we not? What the fuck? Shu. He stares back at Shu to verify his seriousness. Then Orochi nods. Oh my fucking god. If you scream one more time, I'm gonna put you to bed. I understand, if you say so. Their last resort was for the two of them to fuse and gain immense strength. Like, okay, I just have a question. This is stupid, but if I'm the strongest person and I'm the best, how come you can't fight off 3 of your minions? There might be like 5 of them, but how come you can't fight them off if you're the fucking best? I'm just saying. What the fuck? You're full of shit. That said, I didn't know what would come next or how powerful Shu would be, but also you're Shurochi, which I kind of want to see, but then you're not really Shu, and you're Orochi, and that's weird. But then at the same time, part of me is like, I mean, it's kind of like getting both of them. It's kind of like having a mini man harem. It's like, hey, I like you and your aide, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's literally a package deal because you get Shu and Orochi. Because they're gonna be a new person. Is it like a little bit of both of them? Like, how is? I don't know if I hate this or I like it. I'm not really sure. Like, on one hand, yeah, I want that alternate reality, but also for the main ending, you just don't want that because it's weird. Like, anyway. I mean, if we were sharing them, that's different, but not when they become one person, because then it's like a whole like, it's just, I don't know. Anyway. We'll see. I was assaulted by an indescribable fear, but then Orochi had already taken action. Creating a figure with both his arms, he chanted something, though his voice didn't quite reach me. What are you doing, Orochi? Damn, we have to restrain him quicker! Suspecting something, the Ayakashi and the Ayakashimori started murmuring in anxiousness. Then a wind surrounded Shu and Orochi in light. That light, is the fusion happening now? A glowing light wrapped around them both. The Ayakashi soon covered their eyes from the brightness and quickly got away from them. I can feel it, the power within me. Responding to Orochi's mysterious chanting, the light continued to grow brighter and brighter. Until... Let's all just stop right there. It's the chief. I go, he just walks in and he's like, just fucking stop. And everyone's like, oh, God, yes, okay, just... Dad's home. Guys, we weren't doing anything, Dad, I swear. That voice is... Look at them just smiling happily, not being suspicious at fucking all. And by that, I mean absolutely motherfucking suspicious, anyway. I looked to find Seimi and several other Ayakashimori under Chief Tokiwa standing there. Chief! Hey, sorry we got here so late. Well, isn't this a bit of fun everyone's having? But how about we all just calm down a bit? Mom and Dad are back, guys! Shh! Wait, is the chief dad and Seimi's mom? I'm not sure which one's which. I'm not sure who's mom and who's dad. Both dads. Dads are back. The dads are back! We have 2 dads. Just because I want to call both of them daddy doesn't... Never mind. Anyway. More Ayakashimori! Shit, we're not getting sealed away! Don't worry. I have no intention of sealing anyone as long as you don't cause any more trouble. So, can you keep calm for me? Even with all this chaos in front of him, Chief Tokiwa simply grinned as he usually did. This top member of the Ayakashimori's command, who exudes a silent, commanding presence, caused the Ayakashi to step back nervously. Right? I mean, also, He says all that in Jun Fukuyama's voice, so, like, whatever you say. If he came in and said that, I'd be like, okay. I mean, I'm a simple whore. The chief nods, walking between the Ayakashimori and the Ayakashi, and stops before Shu and Orochi. Shu, Orochi, we have a matter to discuss. Chief Tokiwa addresses them quietly. However, Shu furrows his brow and looks to the side. I got nothing to say. No sense in talking with someone who's doubted you from the beginning. After practically spitting out his words, he looks toward Orochi. Orochi, keep going. Then we can fuse and... I imagine he wanted to continue and ask to finish the fusion, but he cuts his words short. Orochi, I think... You don't look so good. Hearing Shu's comment, I look closer to see that in fact Orochi's face was a bit pale. There was a cold sweat building on his cheek. You're imagining it. The hell I am! You know I'm not imagining it! Shu shouts back and his eyes wander as if trying to think over what was happening. Why all of a sudden... Wait, did you use up all your power in order for us to fuse? Answer me, Orochi! Shu grasped both of Orochi's shoulders, shaking him. Orochi tried to keep silent, but after a moment he finally sighs, giving him shaking him. Stop it! I'm gonna pass out! Shaken Orochi syndrome! You're not right, but not wrong either. When we both fuse, I will disappear. Wait, like, Orochi, you were gonna give up everything? We fuse and it's just gonna be Shu with all your power? It's not gonna be like Shu Orochi? That's sad. That kind of sucks. I kind of wanted to see this whole new character, but like... Oh, Orochi, you were gonna give up everything for Shu. That's actually kind of sweet. Stop. Was I supposed to redeem you for being a dick? I mean, I'll take it, fine. What? Disappear? You idiot! Why didn't you tell that to me in the first place? If that's the case, I'm done. We're not fusing! Shu thrusts his hands downward. However, next, Orochi grabs Shu's wrist and asks his own question. But you want to get out of this situation, right? There's no other way out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Chief Tokiwa just said simmer the fuck down. You said we can't trust the Ayakashimori. At this rate, they'll hold us responsible for all of it, and at worst, we'll be sealed away. But for you to have to disappear... And I also said I would defend you so that didn't happen. Shut the fuck up and sit down, Orochi. Stop making this worse. I'm fine, Shu. My wish is to be able to grant your wish. It's kind of noble and sweet, but stupid at the same time. What do you mean? None of this is fine! Orochi tried, but Shu obstinately refused. The group immediately surrounded them, tracked back, watching them with bated breath. Maybe someone should, like, separate them. Because we know what happens when you stand near Orochi and he's got a fucking plan in his head. Like, he grabs you by the throat. So, like, just push him away in the corner. Tension enveloped the room, but then came a voice in complete contrast to such an atmosphere. Yakumo? The kid? Mister! Wait, is that... I couldn't believe what I heard. Thinking of how I shouldn't have heard that voice again. It's probably the child, I would assume. Because it wasn't Yakumo. I look up as if I were startled awake, only to see Yakumo at the entrance, along with Takumi and Takuma, who should have been in the real world. Yeah, I'm sorry, we got here a bit late. Hey, you're here. Gestured in by Chief Tokiwa, the two brothers and Yakumo slowly enter the room, holding hands. Why are you two back? Weren't you supposed to be going home? Completely taken aback, Shu finally returned to his senses and asked his question. We might be going a little over, because I don't think this part's going to end in a few minutes. Alright, we did make it back to Kukuramon. We can't let humans who wandered into Sakuratani from the real world interfere here at all. We usually bring them back as soon as possible. But these two said they had to come back, so I got permission from Chief Tokiwa to bring them. After Yakumo gives his explanation, he looked at both of the twins in turn. You wanted to tell them thank you, right? Yeah! Thank you. When we got back to the gate, Takuma woke up. When I explained what happened, he started saying that he had to thank the man who saved him. As Yakumo continued his explanation, Takuma let his hand go and took a step forward. All it takes is a child saying thank you for Orochi to just be like, oh, okay, I'm good now. I mean, Orochi wasn't necessarily evil. He did some evil shit. But like, okay, but still. I heard you worked really hard to find me. I didn't want to leave without saying thank you. I mean, good kid. Me too! I was crying the whole time back then and couldn't say thank you. I'm pretty sure you did, though. Takumi stepped forward, too, lining up with Takuma. After hearing a bit more from them, they're also from a family of Onmyoji, and deciding it wouldn't be an issue in that case, I gave them permission. Chief Tokiwa gently pushes the two twins forward, gesturing them to get closer to Shu and Orochi. After glancing at each other, the twins look straight up towards Shu and Orochi. And Orochi's like, what?
I got so sad thinking about how I got separated from Takumi more and more. Thank you for saving us. I was scared without Takuma, but I did my best because of you, mister. Thank you.
You guys. And to have come all this way back here just to tell us that you are both virtuous children. The pair stood there, taken aback by the twins, but within their eyes was a gentle smile that they couldn't hide away. That's like you, but they're human twins and you're kind of like twinsies. Even through the chaos, the two seemed happy. As I watched them, Orochi knelt down, looking at the twins. He asked them quietly, "Do you think it hurts to be forced apart from each other?" Takuma and Takumi cocked their heads, as if unsure what Orochi's question meant, but they soon picked up on his meaning.
Of course it does. We've been together forever since we were born. The two of us make one person. Without Takumi, it'd be just as... Takuma, it'd be just as if I were dead.
I see. Orochi softly mumbles as if pondering over the twins' assertive reply. See, like Takumi called his brother Takumi, which is like really fucked up. Like, typos. Does Orochi really see himself and Shu in the twins? As I was thinking, watching Orochi's reaction to the twins' comment, Shu addresses Orochi. It's the same with me, Orochi. We've been together forever, too. There's no point in me being alone without you around. Even if I absorbed you, I'm not absorbing you in the womb. We've got to be together from here on. You're my other half that I hold important to me, and you're my partner. This is, like, cute. Okay, I like the bromance, though. Like, you are my other half. Like, quite literally. It's really cute, actually. Okay, like... I like some of the little bromances between, like, our Shires and their aides and stuff like that. But, like, honestly, like, Shu and Orochi's bromance, like, theirs is actually, like, the best. I feel like they could have done it better. Like, some of the other ones have, like, a cute... This one, but it's, like, underlying them literally being the other half of each other that, like, were reborn from one person into two is actually kind of fucking cute. You're like, that's top-tier bromance right there. I like it. But, like, some of the other ones, it was just their friendship just was a little more playful. Their underlying story's the best. But just the dynamic between some of the other characters was just more engaging to watch. That's the only thing, but... Anyway, Shu. Orochi's eyes widen behind his glasses, and then he softly smiles. Again, this whole plot could have been way better. I feel like the part's gotten better as we've gone on, but I'm still kind of mad about the fucking bullshit in the beginning, but... It does make me happy that you consider me as such. However, at this rate, Shu, you... If you're to be punished and hurt, then we really should fuse to... It's fine. I won't let anyone do that to us. Shu resolutely reassures the worried Orochi and turns back to look at Chief Tokiwa. Shu, what are you... Not hearing the last of what Orochi had to say, Shu takes in a deep breath and bows toward Chief Tokiwa. I beg of you, we'll do anything but just spare us. We won't do any more to threaten Sakuratani, I promise. Shu! Shu! She's pleading to someone, and Ayakashimori. He wants to protect Orochi no matter what. I mean, that's fucking cute. Unable to stand by any longer, I rushed toward Shu and bowed my head down as well. I beg of you, they don't want to take over Sakuratani. They had already reconsidered long before everyone came here. Spacey, you too. Please let us go. Please, Chief, please. I pleaded desperately with Shu, but I couldn't even see Chief Tokiwa's face. I waited for his reply, holding my breath while staring at his Shu as he's like, yeah, we were never gonna, like, okay. Come on now, how heartless do you think I am? We know you have the most wonderful shady heart ever. I have no intention of sealing you both away. I just said so, didn't I? Chief! I raised my head up the same time Shu raised his. Chief Tokiwa looked at us with a tender smirk. I feel like Chief Tokiwa just knows fucking everything. He knows way more than he's letting on about everything. He is never not in the loop. He's never fucking... Has he ever been surprised in this whole game? We're like, wait, what? He's always like, I know. I've known him from the very beginning. He's like the puppet master of this whole fucking... I love him. So then, neither Orochi or I will be punished for any crimes? Right. The abduction was a misunderstanding. In fact, you both helped us find the children. We should be thanking you two for that. But, well, it is a fact that you sought to take over Sakuratani, so I can't just ignore that. With that, Chief Tokiwa looked to his side. Right. As a resolution, how about I have you write out a statement that promises you'll no longer threaten the order within Sakuratani? Got it! We'll write it! Thank you so much, Chief! I need you to write "I'm sorry" on the blackboard 300 times. Oh my god, he's gonna smack him with a ruler in a minute. Shu immediately agreed, and I bowed my head. Then, Shu looks back at Orochi with a bright smile on him. This is great, huh, Orochi? Shu... Yes, it is. Thank you very much. Though tinged with awkwardness, Orochi's paired his curt reply with a grin from ear to ear. Alright, so that should settle this whole matter. That sound good to you, Tokitsugu? Within the jubilation, Chief Tokiwa looks at Seimi. It's fine. You took care of everything, so there's no room for me to do anything anymore. Seimi smiles, shrugging his shoulders, and then bends forward to address the twins. Takumi and Takuma, was it? You boys ready? You really should get on your way home now. Your family's probably worrying sick at home.
Yeah, okay!
And then I'll return to sending these two back. Right, thanks for that. The twins hold hands with Yakumo again, waiting for his incantation before looking to Orochi and waving their hands wildly to them. Just see Yakumo holding these kids' hands is kind of adorable.
Mister, when we grow up, we're gonna become Ayakashimori so we can come back and see you! Take care until we do, wait for us, okay?
Shu and Orochi stood there, eyes open wide and taken aback, but softened their expressions. That's fucking adorable, they will, you know it. That's what I was thinking, they're like, they're family of Onmyoji. I'm like, they're gonna come back here when they get older. Wait for them, huh? In that case, I suppose I have to live long enough until then. Orochi! I'm so glad. Orochi must have stopped thinking about fusing now. If he were to fuse and disappear, he wouldn't be able to see the twins anymore. Also, Shu would be mad at him, so. Everything's fine now, huh, Shu? Yeah, I'm real glad. Standing beside Orochi, who watched the twins disappear with a warm gaze, Shu and I gently smile at each other. Perfect! Because this is a long part, but I didn't want to stop in the middle of that whole scene, you know? This isn't... Okay, good. We're in chapter 8, so it's definitely the end. I just don't know, and we're going to get the little end thing, and then whatever. We're at the romance end, though. We're in romance end now, so we'll finish the romance end in the next part, and then do the little Shu's perspective things. So yeah, we still have 2 more parts, because we'll get the ending next time, and then the part after that, obviously, is the other ending. So anyway, what I anticipated. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.